Hello guys, how's it going? So in this video I'm going to talk a little bit more of smooth UVs and how to smooth UVs, how to transfer UVs, and maybe we can go in ZBrush and talk about when I export UVs with smooth UVs and display them with smooth UVs and when not. So let's go into it. So for get the UVs smooth and not smooth, the only thing that you need to do is you duplicate the model. So let's say that we don't want to create two UV sets, one with the smooth UVs and one with not smooth UVs, right? So the top one, this one, is going to be with the smooth UVs. Smooth. And the bottom one is going to be the one with no smooth UVs. So no group. And so for the smooth one, all right, so UV is here. Perfect. Going to, now we are going to mesh smooth. And normally what I do is my one solution will be, this one is going to be my load 100. That's the low res version. I like to work in a lower res model, and that's why I smooth the borders of UVs, right? Because I will show you smoothing the inside but not smoothing the borders can give you some artifacts, and find that artifact and cleaning up is a waste of time sometimes. So I prefer just smooth all the borders. Looks nice, looks clean, and I don't need to worry anymore. So what I do is this. You can go to my Clark. In this case I'm going to do one solution, so everything is faster. And you go to smooth UVs and I press smooth all. If you apply, boom, you're going to see that everything, all the borders are nice and smooth, right? And the other one, what I'm going to do is smooth. You see that the V's are not very smooth at all, right? Oh, that's smooth, not smooth. Oh, wait. One. Yeah. Not smooth. Boom. This one is smooth. Boom. So now you can see the difference. Boom. Boom. That's the difference, right? Awesome. So what I'm going to do is with the no smooth one, you say that is all, but this is perfect because this means that later rigging can use this map for transferring weights between different lots, because it's keeping the because it's keeping the every point in the same place, right? So it's no problem to transfer the stuff. And with this one is nicer because you don't will net you it's a bit nicer for look dev artists and texture artists. So you don't have something so square, right? They have something nicer to work with. I mean, it's just preference. But I think that this is much nicer to have. So what I do now is let's do the first thing. First, I'm going to show why I smooth UVs, right? So for example, this one is a smooth one, right? Now this one is a no smooth one, and you can see that you get artifacts, right? That's the artifact that I'm saying. But the thing is that you smooth the internal part, you don't smooth the borders, and you can have a point jumping outside of the border, and that's going to give you some artifacts in the textures, right? The smooth version have all of that nice. That's very cool, right? So normally what I do, I just keep this like this. I smooth the borders and I get something nice. And for create the smooth UVs map, what I do is, because the thing is that I do it in this way because any change that I do into the bees is going to happen into my load 100, right? If I need to change something in the bees, I will go into load 100, change it, subdivide it, and publish my render mesh. So let's see. So if I want to have the two UV sets into one, I will take, for example, the smooth one. This one is smooth UVs. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this one. Boom. This one is going to be my load thread. Let's call it. And you're going to go into UVs, actually UV editors here. Boom. UV sets, and map one is my main map, right? This is going to be my load 300 map, my hardrest map. Different studios have different ways. This is my way. I'm going to create an empty UV set, and I'm going to call that UV set NoSmooth. I'm going to create it. Great, boom. Now you can see that I have one that is empty. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is transfer my NoSmooth UVs into that UV set. So you go to mesh, transfer attributes. You can do it by workspace. Workspace, if you the two objects are in the same position, right? You could use workspace. Normally I use topology. Why? Because topology is for me, at least in my experience, has been always the most accurate one. And you just transfer. I want to transfer just the current UV set. I don't want the color sets. I don't want vertex position and vertex normal. Also, I don't want it. And I apply. Boom. Hopefully, it's calculating. It's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to pause it maybe. Ah, it's done. Perfect. Done. Okay, I'm going to pause it because it could take 3-4 minutes. Oh no, cool, awesome. Now I'm going to close it and I'm going to check that I have two UV sets. UV sets NoSmooth. Oops. Oh. You need to delete history before doing anything because not the node, it gets great. One. Works. Also keep in mind that this topology is not for production. It's something that I did fast for myself. So perfect. This is NoSmooth. I'm going to edit, delete all by history. Boom. Perfect. So now I have the smooth, the NoSmooth, and the smooth one, right? You can see the difference. So we set NoSmooth, set smooth. Perfect. Awesome. That's what I wanted. Also, keep in mind that the NoSmooth one, yeah, will always, it will never have any kind of map intersections, right? If it's not smooth, it's not smooth in anything. The one that can give you problems with a low-res model is the no smooth borders and smooth internal part. So it is this example, right? Where the internal part is all smooth and the borders are not, right? That's the only one that can give you this kind of problems, and only will give you this kind of problems in low-res models. In high-res models, if you have your load one, if you do go straight away to make a high-res model, and you let's say that you do a load 200 instead of 100, and you make this type of smooth for DBs, you're not going to have problems. But in my case, I like to work with a lower res model because of speed, and it gives me this kind of result where the smooth one gives me a very nice average UV, right? But again, you know, everyone have his book of how to do things. You know, it's not a better way. I mean, this is my way. For me, is the most the fastest one and the most efficient one, because it keeps my workflow very fast and flexible to change things without affecting that many people, right? So that's a good thing. But well, let's continue. So we were talking about that, right? That's how you get the two UV sets. UV set 1 with the smooth UVs, UV set 2 with no smooth. Perfect. That was one of the questions I got from the last video. The second question that actually it wasn't a question, but I want to show it. Is how you transfer points between different models. Let's say that you have let's say that this is my publish mesh, right? This is going to be my render mesh, load 300, perfect. And this is the, I'm going to duplicate, actually, yeah. And this one is my ZBrush subdivision level 1, that normally my subdivision level 1 in ZBrush is going to be my render mesh, right? And let's say I went to ZBrush and make some changes, right? Boom. Sometimes you lose the point order in ZBrush, right? And that happened because you split a model in ZBrush, or you reconstruct a subdivision level in ZBrush, but or you could get a crash and get that happening. So I got that happening some time ago. I don't know if that was a bug or what, but that could happen. That's things that happen with ZBrush. Sometimes you import a model, say, oh, point order is different, or you change the point order in your model, in your publish model, without noticing, by by a crash. Things happen in production. And or maybe someone else took the model and do something. I mean, that things happen. So let's say that now your ZBrush model and your render mesh model and your load 300 have different point orders. That's okay. I mean, normally that's how I like to I work. I don't care if the point order in ZBrush change, because I care that the topology is the same. Because if the topology is the same, I can transfer, come here and make attributes and transfer. You can transfer by UVs, or you can transfer by topology. That's the best one, right? And you do it and you can transfer vertex position, and you just press apply, and it will get transferred. I mean, if you have the same point order, you just make right. So I did the history. You see, you get the change, right? So if that happened to you in ZBrush, that sometimes you lose the point order, don't worry. Just make sure that your published geometry that your published geometry is okay, and that's it. The ZBrush one can be different, and just transfer the points. It's all good. So now the other question I got was how to when I export my maps with smooth UVs or without smooth UVs, and that depends also in how the mesh is going to be rendered, right? In my case, because the UVs are going to get rendered are these ones. Oops, one like that. It's a model that's going to have 46. No, that's a lot. My load 300 normally, that's more or less my load 300, that is the rendered mesh, normally is going to have 186,000 polygons. That's my normal my render resolution, more or less. It's going to be between 200 and 250. So UVs are going to be like this, right? So they're going to be pretty dense. Normally what I do is I don't smooth UVs for the render. So this is the load 100. This one is the 200. Right? How many polygons? 61, no, 186, yes. The rest. And when you go to multi-map exporter, multi-map exporter, export options, displacement map. So displacement map, mid zero. Normally I do mid zero, but that depends of the render and your look dev artist. I always use mid zero 32 bits EXR or TIFF, and smooth UVs. Normally I have it off. And I ask my look dev artist to don't smooth UVs in render time for my displacements. That's it. Some people use smooth UVs because they don't have the option to choose. If the model gets subdivided, UVs get subdivided, so you can do that. But normally this is, is going to be affecting more lower res models than higher res models, because very high res models, when you try to smooth them, the difference is not that very big, so you will not notice it. But you will notice it with low res models. Also keep in mind that this is very important, right? When you actually you're going to see something. When you reconstruct a model in ZBrush, your UVs are going to start to look different, right? So let's say that you have okay, how I can explain this? Okay, let me import one. That's my low res. So if you have let's go to Maya. Maya, take one. Okay, cool. Okay, boom. Right. Load 300. Going to take a little bit. Cool. Let's go here. Let's import here and body load 300. Open. Cool. So if we go to C plugin, right, and we go into UV master, we go to cutting UVs. Nice. So now you can see that my UVs are smooth, right? Perfect. But now what happens if I reconstruct the subdivision levels in ZBrush? If I reconstruct the subdivision levels and I flatten this back, right? Oh, there I flatten them. All right. So, and now what happened? That's how it looks when I reconstruct solutions, how it looks my load 100 UVs, right? Perfect, good. What happens if I divide this again? Or what happens if I actually follow? Boom, awesome. Let's do. Trying to find an easy way to show this. So if I go to my load 300 after reconstruction, yeah, and let's do work on a clone. And I pattern UVs. See how I get UVs now for my load 300. So what you need to do, right? So don't have this problem. If you want to reconstruct your solution levels in ZBrush, that's fine. Don't worry. You're going to lose a point order, and the UVs are going to the UVs are going to be wrong. But if that happens, don't worry. You don't need to even you don't need to even you don't need to even delete the subdivisions or nothing else, right? If that happened to you, you reconstruct. Of course, the views go wrong. Just take your publish mesh or your load or your load 300 and just import in top. this, and don't go up or down again, right? Just import that one and keep that one, right? And export from there. Or you can, for example, you can just delete the lower solution, right? Import the number again, and you export from the solution level that you want. And that's pretty much, that's how it works. Hope this helps and I make myself understanding. You guys have any questions, or you want to know something about how we do stuff in VFX, or for creatures mostly, or digi doubles? Let me know. Write me in the comments. Please subscribe so I can, and put likes so I can do more videos. I don't have a lot of free time, so I'm trying to put as much time as I can to videos and streams and stuff. And also, if you guys want me to invite someone, a rigger or a groom artist, maybe I can get one of my guys, my colleagues at work to do. That would be cool. So please like, subscribe, and let me know which one you guys would like to be the next video. Have a nice one. Bye bye.